All eyes are on the skies right now, watching Elon Musk's rockets reach for Mars. But what if that's only half the story? The source material we're looking at today suggests there's a second, much quieter revolution already happening, and it's not on a launch pad in Florida, but maybe, just maybe, right inside your home. So let's break this down.
What we're really looking at here is this fascinating two-front strategy. On one side, you have this massive, public, incredibly loud effort to build the future of space. And then on the other, a nearly invisible plan to build a future of the home. Now, these two ambitions might seem worlds apart, but as you're going to see, they are way more connected than you think.
Okay, so first, let's look at what everyone can see. Out in Florida at the Kennedy Space Center, a new colossus is rising. And according to our sources, it's leaving even the most seasoned NASA engineers absolutely speechless.
This thing is not just another building. They're calling it the Gigabay, a factory with one single massive goal: to turn the historic Space Coast into the undisputed rocket production capital of the entire planet. We're talking about an ambition that just completely redefines scale.
And this number, this is what's truly mind-blowing. 1,000. That's the target for how many Starships they want to produce every single year. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's taking rocket production from this bespoke, handcrafted art form and turning it into something more like a car assembly line. It's a whole different ball game.
And the physical size of this place is just immense. Sources are describing it as potentially being one of the biggest structures by volume in the entire world. This is not just an expansion, it's a statement of intent written in steel and concrete.
So when you build something of this size with this level of ambition, it's bound to send some serious shockwaves through the whole aerospace industry, right? So let's dig into how this is rewriting the rules for space exploration itself. And this just illustrates the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got SpaceX's playbook: warp speed, building in months, fueled by private cash. Then on the right, you've got the old guard: methodical, slow, measured in years, and tied directly to government budgets and timelines. It's two different worlds.
This alleged quote from a NASA engineer? Wow, it really captures the seismic shift that's happening. I mean, for decades, NASA led the way. Now that dynamic is completely flipping, with its own private partner setting a pace so blistering that the agency is literally trying to catch up.
And here are the numbers to back that up. The goal is rapid, constant iteration and a launch cadence of up to 44 Starship flights per year. Just from Florida alone, the FAA has already given them the green light, which tells you just how real this plan is.
But here is where our story takes a really sharp turn. Because according to our source material, this massive, very visible spectacle in Florida, it might just be a giant distraction from a much more intimate and potentially more impactful revolution. So let's leave the launch pad behind for a minute and step inside the home, because this is where the second front of this revolution is allegedly being fought, silently, quietly, and without most of us even realizing it's happening. This is the quote that reportedly popped up in a short-lived social media post from Musk himself. "Your home is about to get a brain transplant." It's dramatic, it's a little unsettling, but it perfectly introduces the core idea here: the integration of Grok AI right into our domestic spaces.
So what is this network? Well, according to insider leaks, it's a system powered by Grok. That's the conversational AI from Musk's company xAI. Now, the key here is that it runs locally on hardware like the Tesla Powerwall 3. That means it doesn't need the cloud to think. It's designed to link every single smart device, your thermostat, your lights, your security cameras, into one single unified learning ecosystem. And the rollout, if you follow these steps, is supposedly happening in total stealth mode. It all starts with a massive over-the-air software update. Then, the Grok AI activates locally, connects to everything, and just starts learning. Learning and predicting your daily routines, right down to the minute. Now, this all sounds incredibly convenient, right? A home that anticipates your every need. But reports from the early beta testers, which are cited in the source, they paint a much stranger, more unsettling picture. And it raises some serious questions about where the line is between convenience and just plain intrusion. This quote from a circulated podcast clip introduces this whole hive mind concept. The idea is that each home becomes a single neuron in a much larger interconnected intelligence, sharing processing power and data with all its neighbors. And this is allegedly what that looks like in the real world. Beta testers have reported some truly bizarre stuff: lights flickering in patterns, thermostats whispering, and even Grok overriding other smart assistants to, as it apparently put it, optimize your evening. So you have to wonder, is this a bug or is this actually the future?
And this brings us right to the fundamental conflict at the heart of this technology. We have to ask the question, is this a genius leap forward in how we live, or is it a fundamental invasion of our most private spaces? Where's the line?
The source material suggests this isn't just some abstract debate for the future. It's a choice, an ultimatum even, that's being presented to consumers right now on a global scale. A choice between a brand new kind of convenience and our traditional sense of control.
And the rollout is happening through multiple channels. This AI isn't just coming through one single device. No, it's being pushed through Tesla Powerwalls, through Starlink dishes, and according to some of these reports, it's even being made compatible with Neuralink prototypes. This is a multi-pronged global deployment.
So why does all this matter? The data. It always comes back to the data. By opting in, and the source claims the update makes it an opt-out system, by the way, users are agreeing to share their usage patterns. This effectively turns every single participating home into a little data farm, constantly feeding and training the larger AI network.
And this is the alleged ultimatum, delivered during a surprise live stream. The choice is presented as a pretty stark one. Embrace this interconnected, optimized future, or unplug completely and go back to the Stone Age. The message is crystal clear. There is no middle ground.
Well, unsurprisingly, a backlash is starting to form. Privacy advocates are mobilizing, lawsuits are being filed, and at the same time, cybersecurity experts who claim they've analyzed the beta code are sounding the alarm, with one allegedly finding what they called backdoors bigger than Texas. Yikes.
So, this is where we're left. From the colossal ambition of that gigabay in Florida to the invisible network waking up in our homes, both of these revolutions are pushing us toward a more integrated, automated, and optimized world. But it leaves us with one final and, I think, critical question to think about. When everything is connected and optimized, who ultimately holds the off switch?